Fox Hill School Building Committee of November 18th.
So first is the approval of the October 21st meeting minutes, which went out in your meeting package for distribution. If nobody has any comments, we can vote on that. And then that package will actually be notarized by Jennifer Priest and sent into the MSBA as documentation for approving the budget and the 90% submission.
Will we approve the minutes of October 21, 2025 of that meeting?
Second.
Bob. Ms. Monaco, can you just move that mic? I can't hear you that well.
Go ahead and say it again. It wasn't on.
It's on now.
Oh,
Okay, do you want me to do it again?
no, that's fine. I mean, I heard the motion. It's fine.
Okay.
I just, for any discussion, I couldn't hear you. I can hear you now. Any discussion?
There were two of us who seconded it, so I'll second it again.
Flip a
Okay.
coin.
Let Andrea decide who she writes down.
Okay, thank you.
All right, let me get my list up. I have only one screen here. All right, Mr. Brooks,
Aye.
Ms. Monaco,
Yes.
Ms. Novoychuk,
Yes.
Ms. Bond,
Yes.
Mr. Kuna,
Yes.
Dr. Conti,
Yes.
Ms. Kasha,
Abstain.
Mr. Denizio,
Yes.
Mr. Villano.
Yes.
The chair votes yes. I'm just gonna check on anyone else joined. No, okay. So that's 901.
Great, thank you. So next we have invoices for approval. You have this month 2 Danisco construction invoices, 7 of 9 and 8 of 9. I didn't include, it was my mistake, I didn't include October in last month's meeting. So that's why you're getting 7 and 8 in this month.
Okay.
Do you want
I'll
us,
take a motion for all Danisco invoices together. Yeah.
you want me to make it? Yeah, go ahead. All right, I'll read them all off. Danisco.
You can just say as
I make a
displayed. I
motion.
think
Yep.
Andrea.
Yeah, I
can
make
do
a
it.
motion to approve invoice number 10274 in the amount of $356,444 for construction document 7 of 9. Invoice number 10275 in the amount of $1,337.38 for the construction document traffic studies. Invoice number 10287 in the amount of $356,444 for construction documents 8 of 9. And invoice number 10288 in the amount of $423.50 for construction document geotechnical coordination. And invoice number 10289 in the amount of $2,349.16 for the test pits.
Second.
Questions on here?
No, did we get invoice 39? I didn't hear that one. There was one more on there after the.
That's Dawn Whittier.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so we're just doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Danisco invoices in this motion. Let me get my. Mr. Brooks,
Aye.
Ms. Monaco,
Yes.
Ms. Novoychuk,
Yes.
Ms. Bond,
Yes.
Mr. Kuna,
Yes.
Dr. Conti,
Yes.
Ms. Kasha,
Yes.
Mr. Denizio,
Yes.
Mr. Villano.
Yes.
Chair votes yes, so it's 10-0.
I'll make a motion to approve Doran Whittier invoice number 39 in the amount of $98,450 for construction document and cost estimating services.
I'll second it.
Awesome. Questions on this? Can't see the room. All right. Mr. Brooks,
Aye.
Ms. Monaco,
Yes.
Mr. Wojcik,
Yes.
Ms. Bond,
Yes.
Mr. Kuna,
Yes.
Dr. Conti,
Yes.
Ms. Kasha,
Yes.
Mr. Denizio,
Yes.
Mr. Volano.
Yes.
The chair votes yes, 10-0.
Great, thank you very much. So moving on, we have kind of a small project update. As you guys know, we have been talking a lot about the bidding process, and the time has come. We have our advertisements posted, are ready to go, and they will be posting next Wednesday. We're posting in the Central Register, Combis, and the local paper. Thank you, Nicole, for getting those all sorted out. They will be available to, all the bidding documents will be available to download via Bid Docs Online on December 2nd. And the sub bids will be due on December 23rd, right before Christmas. And we are expecting the general contractors to be due on January 6th. That might end up sliding a little bit if we need some more time in between the two, if the general contractors have a couple more questions, but we've allotted for that. And what that means is by mid-January, we'll have a full project team on board. And just to remind everybody, the general contractors that we do have that have confirmed they're going to participate in the bidding process are CTA, Fontaine Brothers, Brait Builders, and WT Rich.
Awesome.
Yeah. So exciting. You know, it's about to go
and
live.
you mentioned last time we're expecting bids from all four, right?
Yes, I've confirmed all four will be bidding.
Okay. And for those of us at home, one more time, once those come back, we take the lowest.
Yes, the lowest, yeah, it'll be the lowest, most qualified. So
Okay.
this, we're doing this
So who
electronically.
determines that? Yeah. Okay.
It will tabulate. Yeah, I mean, everybody's been pre-qualified. So we'll fact check everybody's package just to make sure they've submitted everything. The bid docs process helps us do that because they have to submit it online and they'll have to check a bunch of boxes.
Okay.
You know, but we will also be kind of fact checking everything in the background. But typically it will be the lowest, most qualified. Yeah.
Okay. I guess I'm just a little lost on how we determine most qualified.
All four of these have been pre-qualified, so they are qualified. They just need to make sure that they're submitting everything that's required in the bid package.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Does
the only unqualification would be like if they missed something.
Exactly.
Okay.
We'll also.
And you guys
Not
do that,
unheard
or
of.
just? Sorry.
No, we help with that. And it's not unheard of. It's would mostly be a technicality at this point, because Andrea said everyone's been pre-qualified. We check
Okay.
references, we check their capacity to complete the project, we reviewed their project team. So we took a lot of the legwork out of doing that. Well, we're required to do it by state law, just given the size of the project. So it doesn't come down to, after the bids are received, doing all that, because it's quite a bit of work to do. So.
Okay. Does anyone else have questions on the bid process? No.
Okay, and then Danisco is also going to give a little bit of a project update. We've had quite a few meetings in the past couple of weeks. We've been at the school with David and the teachers and the facility staff going over FF&E, which is furniture, fixture, and equipment. We've been able to come back together with everybody. We originally went through kind of what they call room data sheets at the beginning of the project. And Danisco was able to come back with their consultant, Stafura, to confirm that quantities were correct, that types of furniture were correct. They have not looked at samples, but they're now more clear on quantity and type. And Vivian, I'll let you elaborate on it.
You did such a great job. There's not much more to say. We did meet with everyone, and primarily also to confirm where things are going, because as we wrap up our construction documents, we want to make sure we have power where they need power, data, et cetera. So It was a good couple of days of meetings. We're going to convene again in about a year, and that's when we get into the nuts and bolts of what the furniture, actual furniture pieces are going to be. They will have samples delivered to the school, and folks can do a sit test, evaluate the desks, and at that point make some decisions as to final quantities and final products, and then that package goes out to bid after we've started construction and really are into construction. So there's more to come, but we kind of had a start of the furniture review. Along with that will also be packages of equipment. So Bob and your team, you'll get a chance to look at all of the maintenance equipment that you want to include in this project, and there will be other equipment packages also for classes such as music and PE and or TPT, and also for the kitchen. So that's pretty much it for now for furniture.
Okay, great. If there's no questions, we'll carry on. So we do have our last SBC meeting scheduled for this year, but that's all we have on the books. Typically, it's been working. We've been meeting the third Tuesday of the month. So, yeah, here we go. So
Andrea, I meant to email you this ahead of time, but both you got February and April vacation on here.
okay,
Sorry.
we'll need to push those. So maybe I'll
Yeah.
push those to the Tuesday after. Okay, so I'll bump those to the fourth Tuesday.
Yeah, do people prefer the 6 o'clock before? I know we can't always squeeze it into an hour, but let me know if that's preferential or not.
Through the chair, on March 10th, the All-Town Chorus Concert is happening at Marshall Simons Middle School, so that Tuesday would unlikely be a good night for many.
The 17th or the 10th?
March 10th?
Okay, I think this is the 17th, unless we're looking at different things.
Oh, yeah, you're right. My apologies.
Okay, that's okay. So we'll take a look. Andrea and I will look at the February and the April dates and try to work around vacation.
Yes.
Through the chair,
And
I have a question.
Yeah.
Since the meetings have been, and unless you think the meetings are going to start getting longer, is it possible to meet at 6:30 if we're going to have them right before school committee? So there's not such a big gap in between?
Yeah, I think we'll try to evaluate closer on depending on what's on the agenda, but I'm fine with that.
Yeah. Thank you.
okay.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll start with this. We'll shift as needed, but once Melissa and I figure out the 2 break weeks, I'll populate your calendars just so we can have a placeholder for these. Great, thank you.
Are there big, that's fine, the dates are fine. I'm just curious, like after the bids, in terms of like meaty meetings, like are there other types of extensive decisions or presentations coming in Q1 and Q2?
No, I mean, for the typical construction meeting, I think holding an hour would be more than adequate. There might be a couple of times where, half an hour might be safe if it's just invoices and there's not really much more of an update. I think as we flip the calendar to next year, we're talking about, executing a contract, that sort of thing, maybe not a lot of time. And then once we're in full swing of construction, it's usually same thing, invoices, a project update, where we are in construction, sharing some photos, approving invoices or a change order, something of that nature. But I think an hour is more than adequate. Once in a while, if we're talking about FF&E or playground or things of that nature, we might want a little more time if we're actually making a decision. But I think an hour is a safe bet for most of the meetings looking forward for right now.
Okay.
Great, thank you, Steve. Do we have any new topics?
See, Mr. Denizio's got his hand raised.
Hand raised.
Can't see.
Hi, sorry about that. I was just going to ask about, is it beneficial to set up a subcommittee to review invoices or change orders, more specifically about the change orders? If our meetings are only going to be a half hour, an hour, that can be bogged down quite a bit reviewing change orders, not right now, but as we get into the project. So something to think about to help save everybody's time, having a smaller group, Bob, Eric, Nicole, maybe somebody else, to sort of review those ahead of time before they make it to the committee.
Yeah, I'd say, John, that's a very on-point suggestion and one that we take very seriously and would advise to do something like that. Typically, what's helpful is because the construction process happens on a day-to-day basis, and sometimes things come up. And our only vehicle is to execute a change order and make sure some of those changes get folded into the job on time, is that usually we can't wait for that month-to-month cycle to take place. So there's kind of two things. If there's a select few in a subcommittee that can view the change orders ongoing, that's great, because we get to the meeting, a lot of those questions are kind of vetted and addressed, so the subcommittee can review that with the overall committee. Then also we might want to entertain maybe up to a certain threshold of an interim approval between the month-to-month meetings to keep the project rolling, knowing that we're going to come back to the full committee and review those as a whole. So I think it's a very worthwhile endeavor, and we can draw straws, take volunteers, whatever we're going to use to determine that method, but it would be one I would highly recommend. Not necessary now, but maybe by January or February.
I like it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Madam Chair, may I ask, Steve, I'm not sure, may I ask a
course.
question? Steve, we got feedback back from the MSBA in a letter to Mr. Denizio that I was copied on in regards to the 90% feedback. I was just wondering if you could comment on the feedback that we got in the 90% feedback.
Yeah, I think it's very typical at this stage of the game, the level of comments we got. Nothing that I saw in my read-through is really that concerning. A couple technicalities, typos, missing, the wrong calendar year, just small oversight. But Vivian, I don't know, going through the designer comments to review and respond to if you saw anything different, but very, very typical at this stage of the game, and not much there.
Yeah, no, and Neil can comment in more detail, but we reviewed it and actually have started our responses. And as Steve said, pretty typical. They often point out things that we do include in the final document set. So a lot of them were, if applicable, if this, so they're recommendations. So we didn't see any deal breakers. We just, I think we have answers for everything, and we should be able to return those pretty quickly.
Yeah, I agree with Vivian. So nothing major. They just had a couple of coordination things they were asking us about, which we've actually done most of the coordination. Sometimes it's hard to see it in the drawing, so we pointed out where those things are, and other things we mentioned that we're still kind of coordinating some things at 90%. So, occasionally things we coordinated since then, but maybe didn't show up in 90% drawings. So yeah, overall wasn't too bad. I think we should get this out by mid next week, the responses.
And through the chair, when you say get this out, you mean back to the MSBA? Once they approve the 90%, is that the last approval? You do the last 10% and get the bids out without another vote of the MSBA?
Yeah,
they don't take a formal vote. It's really just an internal review. They split it up. Different departments review different parts. So there's no formal review. They just, we send them the comments, they acknowledge receipt, and it's mostly just confirming, as Vivian mentioned, that those comments are addressed in the 100% documents.
Is there anyone in the room for public comment?
There is not.
There's no one online, so I will entertain a motion.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Yes. All right. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.